It sucks dick. Trading sucks. Everything about trading sucks in this game. I have given this rant like 20 times and I will give it every time. Going to the third-party website sucks. Having to go out of your map sucks. Having to whisper the dude and waiting for the response sucks. Everything regarding trading sucks. Hey guys, I have this video here that is called PoE2 200 plus hours review, and this is a video from Hot Chips. He's a member of the community, dude. So I want to know his opinion, brother. He's always active. So I want to know how he is liking or not liking the game. So let's see what he has to say after 200 plus hours playing the game, dude.
Let's talk Path of Exile 2.
Bro, you blasted my ears there, dude.
Now, I've been wanting to do this review for a while. I wanted to wait until I was up to at least 200 hours.
My dude with the drip, brother. Look at him. Confident as fuck, dude.
On the game in its current iteration. I work a full-time job and whatnot, so it took a little longer than expected. And I knew I had to get this out before their, our new big content update with their new stuff. They're already talking about it, but...
Yeah. I agree. Like, you are giving, like, the first impressions before the big patch, because you are giving the impressions for this patch that we have right now. That is cool, brother. That is cool as fuck. For sure.
This is my review of Path of Exile 2, Early Access. I am Hot Chips, everybody. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it.
Yo, Hot Chips, my dude.
Strap yourselves in. This is going to be a bit of a long one. I will do my best not to ramble. I made some, some bulletin points here and things of that. If any of you have been to my channel before and watched any reviews I do, you'll know that I don't write a script. I do everything from here, a little bit from here.
Hey, my dude, that is the way. I also do that.
So you have to forgive me, if I get a little too far into left field. If so, I will try and pull it back in. So, Path of Exile 2, Early Access. Now, I've got some thoughts. After roughly 203 or 204 hours played, somewhere along those lines, I've got some pros, I've got some cons, and
of course,
I give you my take on the whole PoE 1 versus PoE 2 versus D4 versus last Deepuck, all that good stuff, to cliffhang it and anchor this thing out. So first,
easy. PoE 2 on top, then you come with PoE 1, then you come to last epoch, and then you go to D4. That is the ranking, and it is easy. Some people will say, no, PoE 1 is on the top and then PoE 2. Okay, that is your preference. I am not going to discuss it here. My preference is PoE 2 on top and then PoE 1. This is a point of contention, dude. But the good thing is, for Path of Exile players, is that, hey, whatever your opinion is, at least the two PoE are on top, right? Like, the discussion is PoE 1 on top or PoE 2 on top? And then you have the other one, and then last epoch and then D4. Like, at least we have the two PoE on top, right?
Going to talk about the pros. Okay, so first big standout to me, campaign.
The campaign is awesome, of course.
I cannot bring it home enough how epically fantastic this campaign is. It's well paced. It's just so good. The zones are good. Some people think that copying Diablo 2's aesthetic is a bit much. I was a huge Diablo 2 kid. I've been a Diablo kid my entire life. This is.
I've been wanting to say this about some time, brother Hot Chips, and I am thankful that you bring it up. There are a lot of people that are saying that they are following the same shit that Diablo 2 did, which is first act is like some European shit in the forest or whatever. Act 2 is the desert. Act 3 is the jungle. So what I am asking is, first of all, let's imagine that they are paying homage. Like they are saying, hey, we did Path of Exile 1 in the first place because we were inspired by Diablo 2. This company grew up to be very big and we are doing now a more successful game. Hey, let's pay homage to the game that made it possible by following roughly the scenarios or the aesthetic of the acts in this game. Let's imagine this is happening. What is the problem? In fact, I would think that is fucking awesome if they are doing intentionally. Second of all, there is a huge possibility that this is completely non-intentional. Okay, I can see the pattern, but there is a huge possibility this is not intentional and just a coincidence, because it is classic in ARPG games that you have the forest layout, the desert layout, the jungle layout. It is like, what are you talking about, my dude? Like, If it is intentional, it is cool. And if it is just a coincidence, it doesn't matter. What is the problem with this? Plus, we are still missing 3 more acts and we don't know what they are going to do. Now, if the 4th act, we already know that in the 4th act, we are going to the islands, to the beaches. So, in the 4th act, in Diablo 4, you have the hell, right? So, unless we take a portal and go to fucking hell, it will be different. But I have seen some screenshots that we apparently, like, in these islands, because they are mirroring, like, the Pacific Islands in real life, and there are a lot of volcanoes in those areas. We are going to go to a volcano in Act 5. This is not confirmed. This is a speculation, but I have seen some pictures. So a volcano, the inside of a volcano is kind of like hell. So you could say that we are going to hell in Act 4, which will be insane and keeping the pattern up. But then in Act 5, hey, Diablo 2 only has 5 acts. And in Act 5, you go to the mountain, to the snow. If we in Act 5, here in PoE 2, we go to a fucking snow map, yeah, it is confirmed. They are paying homage 100%, which would be cool. I would think it is cool, dude. Why would you say that they are ripping it off? They are not ripping it off. This game has its own story, it's doing other stuff. They are just visiting similar songs, dude. Like, it is not like plagiarizing or whatever. Well, then any movie that is in some place, it is a copy of another movie, even if what happens is entirely different. Don't be an idiot, dude. By the way, I am saying this not to you, hot cheese, my dude, but to the people that use this argument that PoE 2 is following or copying the story in Diablo 2, which is not true.
Diablo 4 hoodie actually behind me on the chair. If I
okay.
Out the way, you might be able to actually see.
Yeah, hey, that is a cool fucking hoodie. You guys know that I also like Diablo 4, so I am glad Hot Chips is also an enjoyer. It's also an enjoyer, okay.
So listen, I've been a Diablo baby my entire life, right?
Oh, nice.
And I love the inspiration that it takes from Diablo 2. I love it. No issues out of me there. The first act, in my opinion, is the best. Hands down. From the pacing to the environments, the maps, I mean, everything. The quests are pretty cool. The characters you meet are pretty cool. The end boss for the act is pretty cool.
Okay. What is my favorite act? Brother, I like all of them, dude. I like all of them. Like, the final boss, definitely I like the Count Geonor more than the other two. Yaman-Ra, I hate Yaman-Ra. It is my least favorite. And then Doriani. And then the first one is what I like the most is Count Geonor, Doriani, and then Yaman-Ra, the boss. But the act itself, like judging everything, I don't know. I like the aesthetic and the scenography and the vision and what it means in the lore of the 3rd act, because you go back in time to the peak of the Baal civilization. That is cool, dude. But when you go to that gritty, dark fantasy, then Act 1 is great. But I like the concept too of a lot of things in Act 2 that are like lore heavy. You have the Marrakech, you have the Faridun, all this conflict for millennia, and you have a fucking caravan pulled by slaves that traverse to the desert, and you go and raid another caravan and you fight your way through a fucking moving caravan that is speeding, being pulled by fucking dinosaurs. Like, all 3 acts are cool, dude. All 3 acts are cool. It is really hard for me to pick a favorite act as a whole, but I can pick aspects that I like. Like, I like the scenography and the lore and the culture in Act 3. I like the final boss better in Act 1 with Count Geonor. I like all the different characters and all the conflicts that happen with several cultures in Act 2. Like, each act has something that I really, really like. And the coolest place is the Dreadnought, brother. When you raid the fucking caravan, and that is in Act 2. And that is the coolest zone so far. Thaumaturgy, which is an important part of PoE's lore, actually exists. It's something that can be compared to miracles. In real life, right? There are people that try to accomplish this in real life. So yeah. Of course, not in the degree that happens in PoE 2, but it is something that people explore in real life. Like how people explore alchemy and stuff like that. When we have more map layouts once the other acts drop, or no, we have all the layouts now. No, I would assume we have more scenarios for sure. I will assume that will happen for sure, 100%. When we get more acts, we will get more not only layouts but biomes, you know, biomes and stuff and assets and visually different, you know.
Another thing, Act 2 is okay. You know, like I like the moving caravan thing, and I like the
Of course, the moving
you know, like I like
is
what they're
awesome.
doing there. I think some of the map layouts in Act 2 need a little work, especially I can't think of the name at the moment, unfortunately, but the one right there towards the end, wherever where you're going on your way to fight the Act 2 boss, like the you know, they put all these monsters on the map and then they give you lanes that are like this big dude, like the bridge is like fucking. So yeah, Act 2 needs a little work, but still, all in all, not bad for a desert biome. It could have been a little more desertish, but hey, I'm
Bro, are you complaining about layout soon? Don't make me flip out in here. No, I am joking, dude.
not complaining. Act 3, the ziggurats, the jungles, the waterways, very, very reminiscent of the Flare jungle in Travancore. If you know Diablo 2, you know what I'm talking about. No problems with
Yep,
Act 3.
yep,
I think
yep.
Act 3 is pretty solid. I like all the campaign bosses. Hell, I even like all the mini bosses. You know what I mean? That you can go and find on the map. The campaign bosses, I think, are pretty good. If you're new to the game, they'll definitely be a bit more of a challenge for you than if you've done it a few times, like myself. But all in all, man, right now, first 3 acts of the campaign, solid. I think the cruel difficulty is a bit of a joke because I think that going through the 3
I agree
acts the first
completely.
time is actually more difficult than it is.
It is. When you get to the cruel difficulty, the game is a fucking joke. It is easier. Cruel difficulty is easier than the first run. You already know the mechanics of everything that is coming your way. Your character is more developed. I don't know. There is a lot of stuff that impact this. And maybe it is not tuned the right way. I don't know. We still need more shit. Like, it was undertuned and we needed more overtuned. I don't know. But so far, Cruel kind of sucks, right? But we have to remember that this is basically a non-issue because Cruel is a placeholder while we get more acts. I have a theory that we are going to get Act 4 in next patch. I might be wrong, but I am for sure hoping that I am right. So even if some people are saying like, no, don't let them bring Act 4 because then it will be weird doing Act 1 through 4 and then repeating 1 and 2 and you cut it there. Brother, it doesn't matter. It is Cruel. It is a placeholder. We know it. It doesn't matter. Like, doing the 3 acts again is cooler than just doing 2. You can convince me. You won't ever convince me that it is better to repeat the whole 3 fucking acts than just repeating 2 because it cuts off weird. It doesn't matter. We already know what happens. It doesn't matter when it cuts off. Even if they release 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you just repeat the 1, I will also be cool with that. Like, you get more acts, more content, and have to repeat less shit. Please, GG, don't fall for this bullshit that, no, we are not going to release Act 4 because then they have to repeat 1 and 2 and that is awkward. No, it's not awkward. Give me that shit, please.
The second time, and there are several reasons for that. One is that, you know, your character's just, you know, you're finally getting to that break point where your build's going to start breaking out for you and really doing some things. You know, you're just more powerful. You know, you've got 2, probably 3 support gems in on, you know, whatever your couple of the main skills are doing, which you really don't have your first time through. So I think cruel difficulty is not too cruel, but, you know, that's fine. It is what it is.
I agree completely.
But I will say it's a damn good point for the player to begin to feel the power creep, right? Because one thing an ARPG doesn't want to do is take you through 70 levels of shit in hell before you finally start feeling the power. So I think that they've nailed it in terms of, you know, right when you want the player to start feeling like the time he has put in and the effort that he or she has made is starting to pay off, right?
This is true, and it is a part of the journey in ARPGs that you have to feel more powerful when the game progresses. But at the same time, I think that when you get to the end game, of course, not in the campaign, not so much in Cruel, but when you get to the end game, like everything goes out the window and we get crazy shit, they have to lower the ceiling in power. Not only for the player, but also for the game itself, because the game is hard, and they have these overtuned pinnacle encounters that if you don't match that level, you don't clear it. So we have to be crazy to clear crazy shit. Well, lower the whole thing down, so we can still do this combat that we fall in love with in the campaign. But it is true that there has to be a progression where you feel stronger. You can't feel as slow and as stupid as you feel when you just start the game when you are level 90. That is also true because that is part of the ARPG progression. So I agree with this point.
So I think pacing, fantastic. Can't say enough good things about it. Moving on, one of my second biggest pro is that I like how in this game everything matters, right? What I mean by that is like the gear you pick up. I like how everything, whether it's white, blue, yellow, everything has the potential to be something or the potential to be nothing. But you feel every choice you make, whether it's a new piece of gear, whether it's your next passive skill point to put in on your insanely huge passive skill tree that we all know and love, whether it's the Atlas passive points that you begin to accrue once you reach that point in the game, whether you're putting jewels in your passive tree. I mean, everything feels like it matters. Everything has weight. Everything. An example to the alternative is like, I played Diablo 4. Sure. Diablo
Nothing
4,
matters in the 4.
it just rains fucking legendaries like it's candy falling out of the sky, and it nothing matters. Like you're looking for you're just trying to get your couple mythics, or you need your. I mean, don't get me wrong. They just have a different way they do it, but I prefer the way Path of Exile does it. Everything matters. Last Epoch has a really cool crafting system integrated into their gameplay that starts immediately as soon as you start the campaign, and that also helps to lend to the feeling of everything mattering, man. But everything feels like it holds value to you, whether you're everything I just expressed, or whether you're respecing passes, because you kind of look at the passive tree a little while, you start to learn it. It's almost like a Google Maps layout. You got this neighborhood over here, you got the DPS neighborhood over there, you got the fire, the fire streets are down this way, and slowly but surely you begin to learn the pass.
If you stick to your neighborhood, everything will work fine. There are people that say, no, this shit is too complicated, you need a PhD. Stick to your neighborhood first, you will learn your neighborhood, and then you can start going to other places. And it will be fine. The learning curve will come to you slowly, I am still not an expert in the whole tree, but I kind of know the side of the warrior because I have played a lot of warrior, and I stick to my side of the neighborhood. And now I kind of know the warrior, what the warrior has, And I have to imagine that the more I play the game and the more I path toward different places, I will start to know more the skill tree. And now I understand how people that have been playing PoE 1 for 10 years and have made a lot of different builds basically know the tree by memory, almost, because they already have played with this tree 1,000 times. They know what is in there, So, of course, the learning curve is steeper than in other games, but everything can be overcome, everything can be learned,
Tree. And then, of course, once you reach a certain point, most people, you're going to have to go and find you a build, and, but I do believe in the fact that don't start copying a build. Start a character, play that character as far out as you can, learn as much on your own, right? Because you'll retain it that way a lot.
I agree with this in PoE 2, and I did it in PoE 2. I created the warrior. Everybody was saying that the warrior sucks. I created my warrior, I did whatever the fuck I wanted, everything worked out fine. It was awesome. But in PoE 1, brother, going without a guide is a pain in the ass. Like when I was saying this, no, I am not going to follow a guide. I always bounce back from the game. But when I followed the guide in PoE 1, then everything was cool. So, yes, in PoE 2, we are talking about PoE 2 in here. So, yes, follow the advice. Just play whatever the fuck you want. Everything will work out. In the end game ultra pinnacle content, maybe you will have to adjust. But just for the campaign, you can do whatever you want, dude.
Better go as far as you can on your own before you reach that point where the game's slapping the piss out of you and okay, now I need to know what I'm doing. So I will recommend that. There's absolutely no point in copying a build from level 1 because you don't have to, right? You don't have to. You can get through the game fairly decent even if you're a new player. But I do believe that you will learn more by doing your own thing until you get to the point to where you just can't do it anymore. And the game is designed to be this way, so there is no shame in that, brother. So yes, everything matters. Moving on to the next one, the graphics. Bro, the graphical fidelity in this game is like second to none, right? Top notch. I mean, Diablo 4 looks good. We all know that. Looks great. Looks really good. Hell, even Diablo 2 Resurrected looks fairly good, especially for what it is. Last Epoch, I think, is a little rough around the edges.
You know how much I sacrificed?
Yeah, you know how much I sacrificed, motherfucker. And yes, brother, Diablo 2 Resurrected looks awesome, dude. I played Diablo 2 Resurrected, of course, but not like grinding endgame or whatever. I just did the campaign normally, and it was cool. I loved it. It was great.
But they're getting there, but nothing comes close to how good this.
You know what will be awesome? If Blizzard added content to Diablo 2 Resurrected. Brother, treat it like old school RuneScape. You would get 1,000 million players if you just came with new content for Diablo 2 Resurrected. People will love it. In fact, I remember they released like 2 years ago, maybe, they released like an April Fool's joke, the 1st of April, where they said they were going to release content for Diablo 2, and people got hyped up like crazy until they realized it was an April Fool's joke. Like, brother, you are seeing how people want this and you aren't doing it. Like, who is taking business decisions in fucking Blizzard, dude? People would love new content for Diablo 2 Resurrected. Just make it happen and earn a bunch of money, brother. Don't you... Am I crazy, guys? Am I crazy?
Game looks. I mean, it is... There's nothing else on the market right now that's coming...
What the fuck is
Fuck
this
is this
piece of shit?
Close to how good PoE2 looks. No need to stay on that too much longer than that. The game's beautiful. The game is gorgeous.
The game is...
the spell effects, the VFX, the RTX.
That was one of the things that Diablo 4 had over PoE. That, let's be honest, guys, PoE 1 looks awful. It sucks. The graphics sucks. Like, it is disgusting to look at. Like, the game is standing on that the game is good in terms of... in terms of game mechanics, you know. But the graphics suck dick. So Diablo 4 had that over PoE 1. But now that we have PoE 2, and PoE 2 has beautiful graphics, now you don't have that over PoE, dude. Now you don't have that over PoE. So that is one less advantage for Diablo, dude.
It's all gorgeous. Moving on. I like how in early access we've got like 6 classes. And they've all got 2 ascendancies, which they'll all have 3. And then they're talking about like, adding 6 more classes. So you're talking about 12 classes with 3 subclasses apiece, right? That's 36. If my math is correct there, that's 36 different.
Yep, your math is absolutely correct. There will be 36 ascendancies, which are basically classes in PoE, brother. That is fucking insane, dude. I am hoping we get more in the next patch, dude. I am hoping we get at least a druid. There are people that are also on Copium saying that we will get the duelist or gladiator. That will be fucking awesome, insane. If that happens, hey, I will be happy. I doubt it, but I will be happy, brother. I will be really happy if that happens. But yes, and then Diablo 4 takes 4 fucking years to release 1 class. Fuck that, brother. Fuck that. That is something that pisses me off about Blizzard and Diablo. They take too long to release cool stuff, dude. And PoE puts out content like at the speed of light. It is insane, dude.
Classes in the game, and that's insane. I mean, especially when you think of a Diablo game, you get 5, 6 if you're lucky, right? So, and then they don't have subclass. So it's like, it's just, and the classes are all unique. They're good. And I know, look, this point I'm going to make here is going to be controversial. Some people love it, some people hate it. I'm personally for it. I like how they kind of guide you through, like when you start the first class, if you start a sorceress, the skills that they're going to put in your face are going to be sorceress skills. If you start a monk, they're going to put monk skills in front of your face to kind of put you in the playstyle of that character. Even though you can pick any skill from anywhere you want, put it on any character, as long as there are ways to make it work, you can do that, no problem. But I do like they're at least making an attempt to cater to the fantasy of that class you are playing. And so I don't have a problem with that. Some people don't like how they try and pigeonhole you or make you, mold you into what they want you to be. But that's complete bullshit, because
you can do a lot of different stuff. And if you want to play a game that pigeonholes you, play Diablo 4. They pigeonholes you. PoE 2 doesn't pigeonhole you as much. Maybe it does it more than PoE 1, okay, but not as much. You can do a lot of different stuff. And a lot of this is coming also because not everything is in the game. When we have more options, things will improve, of course. And also, they have to try to kind of control what you can do, because if they don't do it, then the variables are truly endless, and then the amount of combinations that you can achieve will be so big that they can't control the balance of the game. So they want to have knobs that they can move so they can balance the game. If they allow truly infinite combinations, it will be impossible to balance the game. If it is still hard trying to control it, imagine not controlling it at all. It will be insane.
You can go down to where it says all skills or all gems at the bottom, and you can pick whatever the hell you want, right? So, but I do think the classes all feel great. The mercenary is very unique, very distinct. Ranger feels like the ranger always has, fantastic. The monk is pretty cool. My only gripe with the monk and the Gemling Legionnaire, which is also a mercenary, but that one plays similar to a monk. I feel like they're a bit one-dimensional. And to clarify what I mean by saying that, because I know I probably just raised some eyebrows with that one, because like monk's everybody's favorite class, and I love monk, don't get me wrong, and I love my legionnaire as well. But it's just, I don't know, man. I'm just like everybody. They all look the same. Everybody's running around and they're just clunking with a staff, and then they're freezing everything and shattering everything. And so I just kind of wish, I kind of wish, and maybe we will see in the future, people explore different options. Let somebody be a fucking poison monk if they want, or a fire monk if they want, or it just seems like right now it's the most viable build is the exact same build. So yeah. I don't think it's as much of a class issue as I think a viability issue in the end. So I will.
Hey, fucking based, brother. Hot chips, you nailed it with that. But because I agree completely with that, dude. It is not that there are not many ways of building your character, because there are. The point is that to be able to defeat the pinnacle content, there are only a handful of builds that can accomplish that from the immense pool of builds. So everybody is gravitating towards these 10 builds, let's say, to be able to complete the content. So what they have to do is balance the end game content and balance the classes, and then you will have more variety.
Retract what I said about the class specifically and tailor it to that. So I corrected myself there. No big deal. Everybody calm down. Calm down. I do not hate the monk. I don't hate the Gemling Legionnaire. I love them. I love all the classes in the game. Sorceress, I really love. Feels really good.
No, fuck sorcerers. Fuck sorcerers, fuck mages, fuck wizards, fuck all of those bitches. I always say this. It's a meme, guys. It is a meme. Don't get mad at me. It is a meme, but it is serious. Like, those are pussy classes. I still play them if I want them from time to time, but I know those are pussy classes, you know. So it is a meme, but it is serious. But it is a meme.
Witch, I'm just now getting around to playing, actually. So I can't speak a whole lot on that, but I was a huge Witch fan in PoE 1. I'm sure it'll be fine in PoE 2. Warrior, I played up to level 36, 38, something like that. I know a lot of people hate the Warrior. They say it's the worst class in the game. And you know what, it may be, but I tell you what, it feels fucking fantastic.
Hey!
Like, to play a Warrior...
Fucking base, hot chips, brother. The Warrior is, when you are playing the campaign, the class that feels the coolest. I know that people say that it feels the worst because it is the least powerful. But that is pussy behavior. The class that feels the coolest to play the campaign and fight the bosses is the Warrior. The Warrior makes you feel, there are a lot of people that are comparing Path of Exile 2 to a Souls-like. I don't know if it is actually a Souls-like, but I will tell you that if you want to feel like you are playing a Souls-like in PoE 2, you play a fucking Warrior. Then you feel like you are playing a fucking Souls-like. Rolling, hitting, dodging abilities, and hitting again. Then you feel the weight of the combat with the fucking Warrior. It feels amazing, and you have fun, and you feel challenged, and you overcome the challenge, and it is fucking awesome. Plus, you're a badass fucking Warrior and not a pussy sorceress. I will calm down. Melee sorceress will... Hey, a Battle Mage. I am cool with a Battle Mage. Why not? A Battle Mage is cool, right? It is kind of a pussy, but kind of a badass.
In this game feels great. Like, they nailed it. Like, Blizzard is really good at nailing that visceral feeling you get from combat, especially when you're a barbarian. Like, the way they do their sound makes you feel like you've got weight every time you swing your axes or your swords. I won't say that PoE 2 is quite on par.
There are people that hate it when you say anything positive about D4. And you know what I say? Fuck that. Diablo 4 has a lot of positive things. You cannot like the game, but why do you hate it when someone says something positive about D4? Oh, fuck off.
To that degree, but it absolutely feels great. The Warrior feels bulky. He feels heavy. The character archetypes and the motions, the way they move and their slams. I mean, they fucking nailed it. The Warrior may be the worst class overall, but to me, it's the best feeling class in the game, hands down.
I agree with this.
Okay, moving on. So,
you know what other class kind of feels cool? The Monk also feels good. The 2 melee classes. Who would have said that?
I will also say this. This game, even though it's in early access, feels more like a complete game than a lot of the complete games we have available now. I mean...
Say it, brother. Say it. You don't want to say it. I will say it for you then. It feels more complete than Diablo 4 that has an expansion. In early access with 20 to 30% completed, it feels more complete than Diablo 4 that has a fucking expansion. And this is not hating on the 4. I've been defending it. But we have to be honest in here. We have to be realistic in here. It feels more complete than fucking Diablo 4, dude.
I'm over 200 hours in at this point, and I feel like I'm still barely scratching the surface. I'm still filling out my passive tree. My highest level character is a ranger, which I think I'm closing in on level 87 or so. But there's still so much I can do on that character. I mean, and then I go to other characters, I try them, and it's just, this game is not getting old at all. And this is probably like 25 to 30% of what this game will be in its totality, right? Like, once this thing is actually out, 1.0's out, dude, I can't imagine what this game is going to be there. Actually, I can. I've got almost 2,000 hours in PoE 1, so I can see where it's going. But as it sits right now, the game feels... I'm getting more hours out of this early access version of this game than I put into 90% of the other games I play, ARPGs included. So we'll just leave that there. The customization in the game, fantastic. I know that we don't really have a real crafting system right now. We'll get into that when we get to the cons list. But I will say that, the way you're able to customize, especially through your gear, right? To give you an example, okay, so on my Ranger, which you'll see here some gameplay in the background playing, I needed some more mana regen, right? I used mana fast, wasn't...
But look at that. That is one of the problems that PoE 2 has. bro is using the Hands of Wisdom action or whatever the fuck they are called, the Hoa gloves. Everybody's using that shit. They have to fix that too, brother. Everybody's using the same gloves. That is a problem.
Regenerating fast enough for me, and so what I was able to do is I was able to swap my ring out. Now I did lose some resistances, which is a big deal because almost the entire defense of the game is based around resistances, but I took that off, right, and I put on a ring that I managed to get up to 100% increased mana regen on, right? So now, for the most part, my mana regen problems are completely over. Yeah, I may be a little squishier for it, but you know, hey, I mean, I'll address that and we'll try and make that better later. And that's what I mean. That's the beauty of how you can customize everything in this game, man. You can always find new stuff. You can always find better stuff. And I love how, the game works your brain. It makes you think, right? It's not just bing, 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 bing. You just got legend. You're not just playing a slot machine where you pull a lever every fucking time. You know what I mean? Like this game, you pick up a piece of gear and you're looking at it. Okay, this does this, but you know what? If I put this on instead of this, then it may take my strength down. So now I've got two other pieces of gear that I can't wear if I put this on. So then that's another problem that the game presents to you, and it allows you to figure those things out. And brother, the dopamine hit from that is huge. It's almost like your automobile not running that good. So you know what? It seems like it's running shit for some reason. So what do? You pull over, you pop that hood, you get under the hood of that car, right? Well, that's the best way I know how to describe the feeling I get from my character on Path of Exile. And I would so much rather have that than not have it at all and just be brain dead at the wheel all day long.
Yep, I agree completely.
That's it. Nothing ever goes up or down or anything. I prefer the way GGG does it in PoE 2 with the items, man. I like being presented with small little problems and issues to work out this and that, man, because once you get it all together and you get going and you see the difference and you feel the difference in your character, man.
Diablo 4 tried to do it. Now in Diablo 4, you also have to get your resistances towards some number and get your armor towards, I don't know, 1k armor, 1500 armor, some bullshit like that. But in D4, it is not only easy to get there, it is like you don't feel that your character is weak if you don't do it. Like we try to do it because we min max, but you don't have to do it. In PoE 2 or in PoE 1 even 2, you have to get your resistances to 75 or you are fucked. Like you have to do this.
And it's just so awesome. I can't talk enough about it. And not only the customization doesn't just end there with your gear, like the way you can customize your maps. The way you can customize, the strong boxes you find in your maps. Hell, the way you can customize the maps on the Atlas tree to do more of this or less of that. Or, like, for an example, my Ranger runs a Headhunter. There's a node on the Atlas passive tree that gives each one of the champion or unique or the rare monsters 2 additional modifiers each. So now when I kill them, I'm getting like 5 to 7 mods for 20 seconds instead of like 3 to 5. So that just went perfectly with the belt I was wearing. And it makes it, they let you customize almost everything. Your hideout, what you can do in your hideout.
One of the things I did, everybody was speaking on the Atlas 3, and yes, I know that the Atlas 3 in PoE 2 is not as cool in PoE 1. Everybody loves the Atlas 3 in PoE 1. Okay, we are talking about PoE 2 in here, guys. We are talking about PoE 2 in here. The Atlas 3 in PoE 2 is cooler than a lot of the systems in many other games, including D4, right? A lot of people were picking extra shrines on the Atlas 3, and I said, fuck that. I don't give a fuck about shrines. Shrines are for pussy bitches. I am going to pick essences. And people were not picking essences because essences basically are worth nothing, and greater essences are too rare. Okay, that is true. But since I picked a lot of essences, I've been getting some greater essences drop, and I got like 5 drops for greater essences, and I have 1 drop that was the haste, greater essence of haste, and that shit was like 5 divines. And just from that 1 drop, I got like one of my key pieces for my build, like the Hoa or the Morior Invictus, I don't remember, or 1 key piece for the stat stacker. So getting customizing your shit to get what you want, and I wanted greater essences and I got them, was cool. Yes, it is a lot of RNG involved, but it is still cool. Like you could tell me, oh, that would happen even if you don't pick the greater essences because it is RNG. Maybe, but I feel like I took a correct choice picking essences, and that is why I got it, Even if it is just like a placebo effect. Only customization I don't like in PoE 2 is you can't customize your character. Hey, dude, I agree with that, and I have said several times, maybe you feel more like an MMO when you create the character you want to pick, if it is a man or a woman, and you want to pick the face or whatever, like you do in an MMO that you create your character. That would be cool, and you do it in Diablo 4. Hey, in that aspect, Diablo 4 is cooler, let's be honest. But the other thing that I want to see implemented in PoE 2 that Diablo 4 has is the transmog system. I know that you have the whole skin system with the paid stuff. No, I want to transmog the bullshit that I find in the game. The uniques, the normal armor. I want to transmog that. In PoE 1, there is a microtransaction that you can buy to do that, but it's a one-time use and it is like 15 cents. So you use it once and it is fucked. What if you get an upgrade? What if you want to change it again? Like, it is stupid. And to do the whole set, you waste like $2. I don't know, to do every item. Or $1, let's say. And every time you want to change another dollar and another dollar. That is stupid as fuck. Why not give me a tab? You sell one tab that is for $10 or for $20. And this tab functions as a wardrobe. And that tab enables you to do transmog like you do it in Diablo 4. And then I will buy it. Hey, I will buy the $10, $20 tab. And this tab is the wardrobe. And I can customize my character with the armor that I get in game, not the paid one. And people would still buy the paid stuff because the paid stuff is cooler. Let's be honest, the paid stuff, you have fucking effects and wings and shit that the base armor doesn't have. So this doesn't go against selling normal skins because people would still buy them. And you can see this in Diablo 4 where you have a transmog system and still everybody buys custom armor paycheck that they sell. Yep. Just making its own tag though. That makes sense. Exactly. If you want to paywall the system, you don't want to give it for free. Paywall it with a $20 tab. And the tab is the wardrobe. Okay. People will buy it, brother. Everybody will buy the wardrobe tab. $20. 1 million players. You make bank instead of selling the 15 cents shit that nobody wants to buy because it is stupid. I think that it will be a banger decision. Hey, I am going to email fucking GGG and you give me 1% of the sales. I will be a millionaire, brother. This is so cool, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching and engaging. Yes, thank you so much. This is just, brother, don't worry about it. The video is good, brother. The video is good. Let's continue.
It's fucking incredible, outstanding, amazing. I cannot talk good enough about the level of customization you have in this game from everything you do. You know, you can go on your passive tree. Well, you need a little bit more life, or you need a little bit more energy shield, or you want to do a little bit more damage. So you go back, you look at the passive tree, and you're like,
Well, everybody does energy shield, but your point is correct. That is cool. And when they balance more the game and you have more options, it is even cooler. And when you get more skills and more support gems and more classes, the customization will be endless, brother.
So I wonder if I forfeited these 2 or 3 points over here to pick these up, how it would run. So you know what? Let's do that. Let's see how it works out. The game gives you that opportunity, and it's it's so much better for it than it would be without it. You know, you in this next pro I have, kind of bridges out from the customization. Like, you can do anything with anyone. You can start a sorcerer and use a fucking bow and arrow for projectiles.
And that is one of the coolest things about this game. I did one of my builds was a sorcerer playing like a monk with a quarter staff because you get extra shocks and bullshit like that in your ascendancy with the Stormweaver. There is a build out there that I haven't played it, but I know it exists and it's pretty good. That is a Dead Eye playing a melee build with Molten Strike because Molten Strike gives you projectiles and the Dead Eye is good with projectiles. So there are a lot of crazy shit that you can do in PoE 2, brother, with customization for your character with builds that other games can't even imagine of doing, dude.
Because of what the Ascendancy offers. You can use a mercenary, which was intended to shoot guns, and use a fucking quarterstaff and be better than a monk can be. Like,
exactly,
you can literally, you can try anything with any class. They give you access to every skill in the game, like we were talking about earlier. I mean, like, what other games do that, man? You know, the creativity on display here.
They try, but they don't do it like
it is just absolutely phenomenal. These guys have really cracked the code over at GGG. I can't, you know, I tell you, when this last season of The Witcher or whatever with Diablo 4 started, you know, my brother and I, we went over to Diablo 4, and we do every season. Played a little while and all that good stuff, but everything was just happening so fast. Everything was a blur. I couldn't even see what the monsters looked like I was killing. Everything's just raining down legendaries for aspects, and that's fine. That's how the game works. But what it really did was it really made me appreciate Path of Exile 2. And I'm a Diablo baby, okay? So believe me, I'm biased usually, but it just feels like the Diablo.
My brother is playing the Molten Dead Eye now. Okay, your brother is playing that build that I am talking about. So you know, with hot chips, you know that that build is cool, and it is like not intuitive. People, like, when you play a Dead Eye, you don't think, hey, I am going to do Molten Strike. You think about, I don't know, Lightning Arrow, right? And that is one of the cool shit that you can do in PoE 2 that you are mentioning in here.
Diablo experience is like the arcade experience, right? Like back when you used to go to Aladdin's Castle in your mall or Putt Golf or wherever, whatever you guys had where you're at, you'd go and everybody would play the 4-player Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game and all that. Diablo 4 kind of feels similar to like an arcade version.
That game was
Path of
awesome,
Exile
by the
2
way.
is the more mature, methodical version. You know, it's like, you know, it's like, okay, it's cool if you're a beginner, you can play around here and it's all fun, you know, it's all good. But when you get to PoE 2, man, you're stepping in a whole nother ring. And if you can stick it out, it feels so much better.
Yep.
Atlas Passive Tree, another huge pro. We kind of dipped our toes into that a little bit already. I think it's awesome because there are things and content that you can engage with along these maps, and then you can spec these maps out, which is the in-game portion of the game, to have more of what you like to do on them. You know, so if, for example, if you need to anoint your amulet, and so you need to run delirium, so you can make it to where your maps all have deliriums on them. If you're a breach fan like most of us are, you can set it up to have fucking 20 breaches on a map if that's what you like. And that goes back into the customization point I was making, man. They really, it's your game. Like, they really make it your game to do with and play how you please, and I can't think of enough. Okay, last on the pro list, could also possibly be a con. Some people love it, some people hate it, the skill system. So, if you played Path of Exile,
I love it. The skill system in PoE 2 is awesome, and it is better than in PoE 1, for sure, 100%. I love the skill system.
1, then you know that in PoE 1, the skill gems were socketed into your gear, and they were color coordinated, and you had to link the sockets in order to get the supports on your gear, and which was very different. It's still to this day, that's the only game that did their skill gems, their skill system like that, right? So I didn't not like it that way in PoE 1, but I didn't really like it that much either. Now in PoE 2, making the skill gems drops.
I talk shit about that system whenever I can, and I am playing the game right now. Like, I am playing the game, and this is what he's talking about, the linking gems in here. This sucks. Every time I can talk shit about this system, I do it. Like, the support gem system is cool. The quality on gems and the way you use the abilities, that is cool. The part that sucks is that the sockets to put the gear, the jewels in, is in your gear, and you have to have the color, and you have to have the link. That is the part that sucks. In the end game, it gets better because you get currency to gamble on that shit, or you can outright trade for the item that has the sockets that you want. In the end game, it's not that big of a deal. But when you are a newbie and you are starting out the campaign, it sucks dick because you can use the skills that you want because you don't have the links or you don't have the color. Then you find an item that you want because it has good affixes, but you can't put it on because it doesn't have the slots. It sucks dick. I am glad, and I thank God that they changed that bullshit for PoE 2, and you don't have to have the fucking colors and the links and all that shit for the skills because everything is in the skill system. I fucking hate the colors and links. Me too, brother. Me too. It sucks dick. Preach, brother. Preach.
You know, that's... I think if I had to pick, I would still choose the current iteration of skill gems and the way they work in PoE 2 versus PoE 1.
Yes, based.
However, you know, when I'm pushing level 87 and I'm over 120 hours of my 204 hours-ish playtime is all on my One Ranger, and the highest level skill gem I found so far is level 18, I kind of feel like at some point you reach a point to where the way the system is coded, the way it's meant to work, can kind of also hold you back. Because if you play solo self-found, right, and you don't play Trade League like I play Trade League, I like trading. I think it is a very integral designed part of the Path of Exile experience. I'm not knocking solo self-found. I will at some point begin a solo self-bound career, but I will always play Trade League. You know, I like the engagement with it. I like to buy stuff. If I go out and kill a map and I find a divine, and okay, great, now I can go over here and maybe I can.
The problem is not like the wanting to trade, right? Or having to trade or whatever. The problem in PoE is the way you trade. They have to improve how you trade. I don't know if you will mention this in the video. But the problem in PoE is that trading is a pain in the ass. You have to go to the website, whisper the dude, hope to God that the dude responds back and invites you to the party. Go to the place. If you are selling or you are the other dude, you have to go out of what you are doing to go to the stash, pick up the item, give it to the other dude. Like, motherfucker, this is a pain in the ass. The way you trade sucks. Improve this, GG, please. It is in my top 5 of shit you have to improve in this game, dude. Alvin and the Chipmunks action.
Get this level 20 skill gem I needed, or or I find something really cool, and if you purchase a public stash tab or a premium tab from their store, then you can actually sell stuff. I do think, well, we'll get into trading in just a minute, but the skill gem system,
okay, you will.
It's okay. I don't think it's anything super fantastic, but I don't think it's anything really bad either. I'm okay with it. And again, I still prefer PoE 2's iteration of skill gems over having to socket them and link them in gear in PoE 1. So that is the pros list I have so far for early access. If you hung in there this long, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hey, do me a favor. You know, I am a very small content creator at the moment. I do everything myself, from the gaming to the recording to the video editing to the music.
Same, dude, same. I also do everything.
It's just me, you know, so I do the best that I can. But
Same.
we're getting there. But if you could, you know, hit that, do me a huge favor, man. Hit that sub button. You know, throw it a like. It'll really help the video.
Brother, Hot Chips. Hey, guys, Hot Chips. He's here in the chat. You can click his name even. And of course, I will leave all the information in the description of the video. But right now, he's here in the chat. Click his name, go to his channel, give him the sub, the like, comment the video, all that shit, brother. Support the people. We are here to support each other, bro.
In the promotion of the video and things of that nature. And we would really, really appreciate it here at Hot Chips. Okay, now, let's...
And by the way, Hot Chips. I like Hot Chips. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, not you, but the Hot Chips. But it is not that I dislike you, but I am talking about the... You understand what I'm saying, though?
Let's talk about the cons. Because as good as this game is...
Eating Hot Chips. Eating Hot Chips, you know.
There are some. So the first thing I want to address is the elephant in the room when it comes to cons of the game, and I believe that is the current iteration of Endgame and the Atlas. Now, I see where they were going. You know, if you played Last Epoch, you're probably somewhat familiar with how PoE 2 decided to do its infinite, never-ending Atlas, which is fine. You know, I'll be honest, I'm a bigger fan of PoE 1's Atlas than I am.
Okay, we got here, boys. Okay, guys, you know that I haven't tried the normal Atlas in PoE 1, right? I am playing, you can see that I am playing PoE 1, and right now in PoE 1 we have the idol system. So I don't have the normal Atlas 3. So I can't say how much better the normal Atlas is to the Atlas in PoE 2. What I can tell is that I don't dislike what I have in PoE 2. I think that what I have in PoE 2 is cool. And I know I am on the minority. I know that a lot of people hate the Atlas and hate the towers and hate the Atlas 3 in PoE 2 because everything was better in PoE 1. I don't know. I am playing with the idols. What I can tell you is that I also like the idol system. Like, I dislike the two systems. I like the two systems, sorry. I like the Atlas in PoE 2 and I like the idol system. And I know that everybody hates both of them. Like, the only cool shit is the normal Atlas. The idols also suck. I don't know. Maybe they are experimenting with the idols and they are going to give us the idols plus the Atlas in PoE 2. I wouldn't dislike that concept. I would think it is cool. But I don't know what they are going to do. I don't know what they are going to do. Let me go back to the cam. Okay, we are there. Yo, Shrieky, my dude, how you doing, brother? Yes, PoE Atlas is Giga Chat, brother. Now I want to play it because everybody says that the PoE 1 Atlas is the best shit. Now we know that the new league for PoE 1 is coming in June. Then in June, I have to come and play this shit and try the normal Atlas, right? I have to do it. I agree with you. Okay, Ray, that is good to know. I am not crazy. I am not the only one that sees it this way.
Of the current iteration in PoE 2's, I don't mind like it being an infinite thing, you know what I mean? But I'm also a guy that, you know, likes to have that ultimate goal, right? So like in PoE 1 on the Atlas, you know, there were, I don't know, 124 or something like that maps. And as you went through them and, you know, you met the challenges for the maps, it would tell you, okay, you're at 1 out of 124, you're at 10 out of 124. So it gave you, in my opinion, a bigger sense of progression. It showed you that you were working towards something. Excuse me, even though it didn't end when that happened, it just gave you a sense of completion. And I think that's very important in games like this.
I understand you, but I also think, dude, that exists in PoE 2. I gave myself a goal. Yes, the map is infinite, but you can set yourself a goal based on what you are doing. And my goal was completing the Atlas 3 and doing the pinnacle content. So you can see that way. Well, you can get 30 out of 30 points in the Atlas 3. You can do the Pinnacle Bridge. You can do the Pinnacle Expedition. You can do the Arbiter of Ash, which is the Pinnacle boss. You can do the Simulacrum, and you can do the King in the Mist. You complete all of this, and you completed the ultimate content in the game, you beat the game. That is how I see it, right? I complete all the Pinnacle content, I beat the game. That is my objective. The only thing that I am missing is the fucking Simulacrum. I always die to the fucking Simulacrum, dude. And no, I am also missing the King in the Mist because I am confident I can beat it, but it is that the entrance to the King in the Mist is really expensive. And I haven't farmed for the currency. I am not blasting that much, so I haven't done that. But I did all the difficulties that you can do in the Breach. I did 2 or 3 of the difficulties of the Arbiter of Ash. I did the boss for the Expedition. I have done Simulacrum several times, but I always die in wave 14. And there are 15 waves. And I am missing the King in the Mist that I have not even tried. Because of the expensive. It is expensive. But that is an objective that you can put to yourself. Oh, I am going to complete the Atlas 3 and do the pinnacle content. The game doesn't tell it to you. The game doesn't tell you, hey, do this. Which I think that a lot of players need that, right? And more casual players or players that don't play a lot of this type of games or are new players, it would be good if you gave them the objective. Hey, kill the Arbiter of Ash. Well, I believe that for the Arbiter of Ash, they do it. But for the other stuff, they don't do it. Find the citadels, tell people how to do it, do the bridge, do this, give them the quest so they get eased into the content, you know. I think that will be a good approach. And give them an ultimate goal. But I believe that right now that is the goal, at least that was the goal I set up for myself. Do the pinnacle content.
I think, you know, so when you do the infinite thing, it's like, okay, you know, as a player, at some point, you're going to reach a point to where you just get bored of the shit. Right? Like, they do a very good job at, you know, having different maps. It's not the same 5 or 6 maps you play over and over and over again. I will give credit where credit is due. I probably still haven't seen all the maps that are on offer to go through, so I do appreciate that. The tower system is meh. I mean, it's kind of cool. You know, you run it, you really just kind of throw your easiest map in there. You just want to get to the end to uncover more of the fog.
Well, they changed that. They changed that. And people got mad because people don't want towers to be better. They want towers to be removed. Like, what the fuck, brother? We still don't know what they are going to cook because they said they are going to improve endgame a lot in next patch. So let's see what they do. But brother, I don't mind the tower system, but I know I am in the minority. And if you are, I have said this before and I will repeat it. Even if I don't dislike the tower system, even if I don't think there is a problem with the tower system, if 90% of your players dislike the system, maybe there is a problem with the system, right? And they have to address it if people hate it. So let's see what happens.
Whatever they call it, so you can kind of see, because there are certain things on this infinitely scaling atlas that you are looking for, specifically the Iron Citadel, the other couple citadels, so you can get the keys you need to take on the current game, the current final boss of the game, the Herald of Ash, I think is his name. I don't know. I haven't fought him yet. Disclaimer. So I haven't made it there just yet. And again, that goes to show you how long the the game. So I think the end game at times can kind of start to drag. You know, it kind of give you a feeling like.
Yeah, this is also true.
You know, when you die, you fucking lose 10% experience. So once you get up pretty high level, that kind of sucks.
It is more true if you die a lot. If you are blasting, hey, you are having the time of your life. But if you are dying a lot, you will feel the pain, dude. And you will feel that the game is pushing you out. And with all the punishment you get in the deaths, this can be completely true. I agree.
I think that the end game has a solid foundation for them to grow upon and really hone into something special and make something really special. I'm a huge fan of the endgame atlas and PoE1 and how it works there. I've always loved it. I've always adored it. I still do. You know, if it was up to me, we'd kind of start headed more toward back in that direction with the way the atlas works. But again, you know, I like the way the monoliths work in Last Epoch, and that's pretty much an infinite scale. You can redo it and up the difficulty of the tiers and redo the things as many times as you want. And having all those different maps is a good thing, man. So I think the end game needs a little work. I love how you can customize it. The infinite thing, it's like, you know, I don't hate it. I don't love it. I am enjoying it. I guess that's all that matters.
Okay.
I still think that they need to do some work on making the game new player friendly. Now, I will say
100%.
It's come a long way from PoE1.
Bro, you are based as fuck.
Player friendly at all, ever, even in the slightest, not even a smidge. It's fucking terrible. It's extremely overwhelming, and it needs a lot of work. In PoE2, I don't think that they improved the new player experience. I think that they simplified some things from PoE1 and PoE2, i.e. an example would be like the way the skill gem system works. So,
agree. Yes, like it feels. What you are saying is true. They simplified a lot of stuff, but that simplification gives you the sense, or gives you the idea or the feeling that it is easier for new players to get into the game, right? Even if they are missing more tutorials, even if they are missing more explanations, the fact that the game is less complex and they give you the mechanics one by one, it is better for a new player. It is completely better for a new player. Like, it was easy for me to get into PoE 2 when before I always bounce back from PoE 1 because it sucked the new player experience, you know. And what I want for them to do in PoE 2 is to give all these tutorials and these tools for that when the game gets more complex in 3, 4, 5 years, that it will happen, then it doesn't get as bloated and you don't get all the same problem all over again, but in PoE 2. Avoid that by introducing all the tutorials, all the mechanics, all the things that you have to do so that players understand what is happening. You can do it just explain it outright. You can introduce it in a series of quests. You can explain it to an NPC. You can do a lot of shit. But don't do this shit that you do in PoE 1 where you are expecting me or to know the mechanic already or to go to a fucking YouTube video that explains this shit to me. I don't want to do that, brother. And in PoE 2 right now, it is happening. For example, I had to look for a video to tell me what the fuck bridge is, what delirium is, what expedition is, because I didn't have a fucking clue. The only one that you kind of understand by playing the game is Ritual, because they kind of explain it in the first act with Finn in the mission where you get your first spirit gem, but still that needs work. And it is the only one that you kind of can understand intuitively. But the other ones, I had to look for a fucking video to understand them. That is stupid. They have to give to you that information in the game.
There's no real tutorial in the game yet right now. There's no real... I mean, it's cool when you hover over the skills. You can listen to, you know, it's got a video of what it does, and you listen to the guy tell you what they do. So they have made some improvements, and I think that they have simplified some things, which is one way to make a game new player friendly, but I don't think they really head-on addressed that as of yet. It's still early access, so I can... If people got overwhelmed getting into PoE 1, it's highly likely they will get overwhelmed trying to get into PoE 2, especially coming from a game like Diablo where it's so simplified that a 10-year-old can hop on there and be a superstar.
And I know that a lot of people say, well, if you play Diablo and you are a pussy and you suck at games and you are a casual, then PoE 2 is not for you. Fuck that mentality. I want everybody to play PoE 2. You can come from Last Epoch, from Diablo 3, from Diablo 4, for Diablo Immortal in your fucking phone. Come play PoE 2, dude. The game is fucking awesome. This game is for you. You can understand it. And fuck gatekeeping Andys that are telling, oh, you don't like it, don't play in bullshit. No. If a new player can't get into the game, it is not the fault of the player, it is the fault of the game. Let's fuck this gatekeeping bullshit and let's ease them into the game so we can have more players. And when a game has more players, it feels more alive, it has more success, you get more content, it even benefits you to have more players, you gatekeeping pussy bitch. You think that, oh, get good at life, motherfucker, because you don't even understand the basic concept of economy and having players in the game you like and play so the game doesn't fucking die.
But on the other side of that coin, that's also a part of the charm the game has. So us experienced players, we love it, right? Like, we love it. We wouldn't have it any other way. But a 10-year-old, a 12-year-old picking up a controller for the first time would have a much better time and have a lot more fun, in my opinion, on a Diablo 4 than they would on a Path of Exile 2. I do believe that there's a lot of room for improvement on the new player, you know, portion-friendly, like, you know, I don't know, figure something out. Go back to the drawing board. Lay certain things out. You know, you can drip feed information as you go on to explain to people what things are, because there's a lot of stuff in the game that the game does not tell you, right? So I think that there's still room to improve with them on that. Also, the next con I have here down is a lot of the map layouts, man. Look, okay.
Bro, don't do this to me,
I don't mind big maps.
Don't do this to me, dude. Don't do me that map layout, bro.
Problem is the way they're currently set up, there's a lot of backtracking going on, right?
Yeah.
And that was a huge complaint when Diablo 4 initially came out. Now, to their credit,
that is true. The backtracking. But you can solve the backtracking without changing the layouts, brother. Just tell me where the rares are. You tell me from the start of the map where the rares are, and I don't have to backtrack ever because I just go where the rares are.
They've done a lot of things to fix that. Like, I wish PoE 2, I wish Grinding Gear Games would do something they did. In Diablo 4, when you run Nightmare Dungeons, you used to have to backtrack to go kill the last monster. Well, they coded it to where if you missed any monsters back there, the monsters will actually begin to come to you, right? So you don't have to hike all that way and all that way back. I wish they would implement that in PoE 2, because the way you complete a map is you got to take out all the rare enemies. And if there's a boss, you kill the boss. But a lot of times, you'll get, you know, fucking 1,000 yards north and then the rare monsters will pop up on your minimap, and they're fucking way back down by where you started, or something, right? So,
yeah, well, you are explaining it yourself. If you see the rare from the start, you kill it, you never have to go back, right? That is what they have to do. If they don't want to change, like, they can change the layout too. If you make just a hallway, always forward, even if it is open, you are not going to miss the rares, right? Because there is only one direction. If they change the objective from all the rares to just doing other shit, you also fix it. But what is easier to implement into the game without having to figure out anything? Show me the rares from the start. Like, I have to believe it is. They have a condition in the code that says when the player kills 200 monsters, show rares. Well, put in that a 0 or a 1, and then you show me everything from the start, and I don't have to backtrack ever. Problem solved. Without having to invest in getting more layouts or getting more objectives. Yes, agree, log PoE and just always try to figure out everything by myself and never use builds and guides, but that is only because I like to suffer. Bro, like, in PoE 2 it works, at least until early maps, right? But in PoE 1 it is a pain in the ass to try to do your own shit unless you know about the game. There is the ultra PhD guys that do whatever the fuck they want. Explanations with 1000% be an improvement. Oh, brother, 100%.
They need to improve that, right? Like, if you're down to your last few, at least make it to where maybe the monsters start making their way towards you, so you don't always have to do so much damn backtracking. Now, they do have a checkpoint system implemented. It does help a little bit. I mean, you know, and what are you gonna do? Like, if you're running with that system, you're gonna put more checkpoints on the map. You're gonna have fucking 20 checkpoints on the map. I don't think that's the answer. I think you guys just need to do a better job at the AI for the monsters. I mean, they're there to kill us at the end of the day, just like we're there to kill them. So I don't really see a point in, you know, monsters maybe moving towards the player a little bit instead of making us always go way the fuck back down, way up yonder, or wherever the hell. So we can just finish the map. You know, there's like 1 or 2 rare monsters left, and they're way the hell down by God knows where. Maybe there's a checkpoint in the area. Maybe there ain't. You know, come on, we can certainly do better with that. Okay, the next con, and this is a big one to me, I do think that some of the ascendancies, the subclasses, are a little underwhelming at the moment.
Hot take!
I did a Titan Warrior, and it's like, one of my ascendancy nodes is for a fucking bag space. Really?
Base, you are correct. And you know what proves you right, Hot Chips? The infographic that they show themselves, GGG showed the infographic for their stats. And it showed that the Warbringer and the Tyrant were one of the least placed ascendancies, which means the Warrior fucking sucks, and people are not playing Tyrant and Warbringer. And Tyrant is ascendancy that has that node that you are talking about with the backpack. So you are correct, and the stats back you up on this.
GGG. An ascendancy point for fucking bag space? Who the fuck in the boardroom thought that would be a good idea, man? What a waste of a point. That should be shit that every character in the game can.
They do it because supposedly the node that is behind that doubles up all your passive points or whatever the fuck it does, it is too OP and they have to give you something stupid in the first one. I agree with the philosophy, but the thing that they are giving as something stupid is stupid as fuck, which is the extra slots. First of all, and I think you are saying that should be the normal inventory, dude. Why am I, in the year of our Lord 2025, having to play Tetris with my fucking inventory? Give me more space. Make items take less space. Give me the fucking sort button that fucking Last Epoch has. Last Epoch has a button that you click in your inventory and it plays the Tetris for you. And it frees us space. Why am I doing this? And you are giving me a note to help me with this problem that you created. And it is the fucking stupidest node in the game. I can't believe this is happening, brother. I can't believe it. Just make that the normal inventory and give Tyrant something else. Another thing D4 does well. Exactly, brother. Exactly. D4 does that better. I always compare it to Tetris. Yes, you're playing Tetris in this shit, bro.
Fine. You should be able to find things like a Grim Dawn does that. You can find things and they'll give you extra little bag space off to the right. Should not be a fucking ascendancy point. That is a complete waste, and that is just pure lazy, my guy. 100% laziness. I'm sorry, you're not going to win that argument. I don't care for that. Agree. There are some ascendancies I haven't played yet, but the Warriors is the biggest one that comes to mind. you know, my current Ranger is a Deadeye. I love the Deadeye. Deadeye's got a lot of good things, but it's a lot of mechanical stuff. There's nothing that's like super crazy exciting, pop out on the screen like, holy shit, man, this is crazy cool. You know, like an example like the Witch. The Witch has an ascendancy where she can turn into a fucking demon form. Like that's
that
cool,
is awesome.
Bro. Like being
that
able
is
to do
cool.
that.
Exactly. When I saw, like, before the game came out, when they showed, you know, that they did like that stream that was like 2 hours where they showed everything that was coming when the early access released, and they showed that you can turn into a fucking flying demon with the Witch. I said, that is fucking cool, dude. That is cool as fuck.
And all of a sudden you're way faster and your dodge goes twice the length and you're doing more damage. Like it feels good. Thematically, it looks good. Like that's an ascendancy, bro. Like that's a fucking, you know, not just firing an extra arrow. And listen, I'm not knocking the Ranger or the Deadeye. That's my main right now. That's my fucking T15 map clear. So I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I think that they did something really cool with the Witch, and I think that they can do better with some of the other ones out there. So that's kind of around that.
I agree.
To move on to trading. That's also an elephant in the room, man. Some people don't mind it. Some people hate it. Some people hate the fact that you got to use a third-party website.
It sucks dick. Trading sucks. Everything about trading sucks in this game. I have given this rant like 20 times, and I will give it every time. Going to the third-party website sucks. Having to go out of your map sucks. Having to whisper the dude and waiting for the response sucks. Everything regarding trading sucks. And you know what is the most stupid shit? That the game is balanced around trading. So you have to deal with this bullshit if you want to continue moving forward. You can play SSF, but it is a pain in the fucking ass because everything is balanced around fucking trading. So SSF also sucks because they don't give you something special for playing SSF. So, or you want me to trade or you don't want me to trade. Improve the shit or remove fucking trading and give me more drops so I can play SSF. Do something because trading sucks. I don't agree. I love the Tetris. I don't like it when everything is just one slot. Brother, you are smoking fucking crack, Nash. What kind of drug are you smoking, dude? Playing Tetris in the inventory sucks dick. It is fine if you like it. I am just memeing, dude.
And you can't do it inside the game. Like they did add the currency exchange to the game. Huge fucking W, huge win. It's seamless. It's easy. It doesn't need any explanation. Everybody can use it. It's awesome. The currency exchange in the game, it is second.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Give me that for items.
As far as the item trading, you know, not everybody's got a second monitor, right? Like not everybody's got a PC strong enough to run your game at the end game and then also be running a second monitor over here so they can do that. So I think they got to find a way to implement some kind of a system. Number one, in game, and number two, to where things can be traded without it interrupting what someone is doing, right? So to give you
easy as fuck. Put the website that you already built the website. You don't have to do it again. Put the website inside the game, and when you post an item, it's instant buyout. Everybody can buy it. It doesn't matter if the person is online, if it's offline. It doesn't matter. You put it, the other dude buy it, you get the item. Easy. You solve it, and you don't have to build anything extra because you already have the fucking website outside of the game. And if you want to create friction, put a gold cost to every transaction, just like you do with the currency exchange. When you do currency exchange, you have a gold fee that you have to pay to do the transaction. Do that with trading, and you get the website inside of the game with instant buyout. Easy fix. Everybody's happy.
an example. I got stuff I've listed for 50 exalts. I'm in the middle of a, I'm in the middle of the shit. I'm running a map. I'm da-da-da-da-da, and then all of a sudden I get a whisper, and it's like, hey, I'd like to buy your fucking Nike hat for fucking 20 exalts or whatever. And it's like,
exactly.
If I don't, then I got to stop what I'm doing, because if I don't stop what I'm doing immediately and make that trade, they're going down to the very next one, and they're going to whisper that person, and then it's like you lose it.
Brother, sometimes you are doing something quick. I don't know, the trial of the seconds, and you are on an escape room where all you have to do is click the fucking diamonds, the crystals. And what can you take in that room? 30 seconds. So the dude whispers you can't go out of the trial. You have to complete the room to be able to go out of the trial. So you complete the trial as fast as you can, and you invite the dude. You took too long. You lost them. They don't want to trade for you anymore. They reject the party because you took too long to invite them. The system sucks. However you look at it, the system fucking sucks. Remove it. Improve it. Do something about it.
So it completely eliminates your momentum. It completely eliminates your mood. It completely stops what you're doing. Now, me personally, I get a bit of a dopamine hit when somebody wants to buy something from me. So I don't mind.
you would get that same dopamine hit, brother, if you get a pop-up that says, hey, you know the item you have posted for one divine, it just sold. It is awesome. I get my item sold. I am going to pick up my currency. That is fucking cool. It is the same shit. It is the same shit.
All that much, but I can see where people are coming from with the points I just made. Now, some people want an auction house. Is that the answer? Maybe. Another big problem we have is that, you know, if the person's offline,
careful.
not only can you not get to buy the item from them, but they're not able to sell it. Like, there's got to be some sort of system that can be put in place.
The system we are talking about, that some people will say that is basically an auction house. What I am talking about, which you get the website inside the game and then instant buyout, that is basically an auction house, all right? That solves the offline issue. That solves if you have the item on the stash that trades the item, that is it doesn't matter if you are offline, the other dude instant buyout, poof, they get the item. Then when you get back on, hey, you sold all this shit. Cool. Awesome. I would love to be able to sell my shit when I am not playing the game. Brother, when I started playing PoE 2, you know what I did? I work here in this PC, right? I was working and I had my fucking PoE open because to appear as online in the trade website so people whisper me to buy my shit. How stupid is that, brother? Like, I am working and I get a whisper to buy an item. Hey, I have to sell this shit and then get back to work because this shit is, you have to trade with the dude. Wouldn't it be better if I am offline, I am doing my shit, I come back, hey, you sold 10 items. Hey, cool, nice, I love it. Like, no, brother, no, you won't convince me, dude. You won't convince me. I agree, PoE 2 needs so much resources. It's a pain when you have to run the game and constantly tab out to check market. Yeah, brother. Hot Chicks mentioned UPC, dude. That is a pain in the ass, dude. Should you just go to a mailbox or something like in WoW? Yeah, to your stash, to your fucking stash.
Where things that I list, especially when I have to pay for the tabs to have the option to sell, there's got to be something to where I can list things for sale and then those things can be bought whether I'm online or not. Those things can be bought without me having to stop in the middle of my map, or if I'm killing a boss and I can't get him down quick enough, then I lose out on the trade. There's got to be a better way to do it. I don't know if an auction house is the answer. I'm not against it, as long as they don't iterate it the way it was in Diablo 3 and there's no RMT auction house inside the game. You know, something like what Last Epoch did, I think, was pretty decent. It's pretty much an auction house, and there's a specific one for each specific
thing. They figured it out.
I think it was stupid the way they did it, where it's like swords here, axes here, maces here. No, you just make one fucking bazaar and, you know, have everybody list everything there. So, you know, I'm not opposed to an auction house system. Right now, I would support anything that would not stop me in my tracks doing what I'm doing, and that if I'm also away from the game, or if I'm in bed, or if I'm at work, you know, that things can still sell, because it kind of sucks that it doesn't work that way now. So again, I don't really mind. I've got a decent computer. I've got the dual monitors, so I don't mind, you know, using the third-party website and whispering to people, and I don't mind. Like I said, I kind of get off when somebody wants something.
You get used to it because, well, we have been playing the game for a long time, and we get used to it, but it is still dog shit. And when you are blasting, I mind it, not when I am trying to buy something. When I am trying to buy something, it's not that of a pain in the ass. But when you have to sell something, and I am blasting in a map, and someone asks you to buy something from you, and you have to stop doing what you are doing to go and give them the item, I mind them. Then it's stupid because you are disrupting my gameplay experience, which is one of the worst fucking things you can do in a game, dude. By game design. And GGG is like, they are the masterminds of game design. How the fuck don't you understand that taking me out of the gaming experience to go and give this dude an item for 5 fucking exalteds is bad fucking design? It sucks. It is disrupting my experience. It is not fun. And I don't know how to the fuck explain this shit.
Anyway, so I'm okay with the current iteration. I'm used to it from the countless hours I spent in PoE 1, but you know, it is the 21st century, man. Like, we can figure something better out. You guys nailed it with the currency exchange. I got all the faith in the world that you'll nail it with the trade market in-game, however you decide to do it. All right, last 2 cons. So,
brother, if they announce that they are implementing a trading system inside of the game for 0.2.0, I will buy a ticket for New Zealand, and I will go and suck Jonathan's dick in person. Because that would be fucking insane, dude. That would be the best fucking thing ever, dude. And I hate fucking planes because I don't like being trapped in a metal tube. And to New Zealand, it is like 28 hours to get to that shit. Because it is like in another planet. I will go and suck Jonathan's dick if it is in next patch 0.2.0. If it gets to the normal release, no, because normal release is what? 1 year away. They can figure it out in 1 year. A lot of new players with no market knowledge are getting scammed as well. That is also true. That is also true.
Let's talk about uniques. I know, crickets, right? Not much to talk about. Just
They
like in
suck
the
dick.
only one.
Like 99% of unique suck, and the ones that don't suck are mandatory, and you have to have them. Like, what the fuck are you talking about in here? Yeah.
90% of the uniques in this game are fucking useless.
Dog
They're
shit.
worthless. They're pointless. It's supposed to feel good, great, fantastic.
You know what could give them use to the uniques that suck dick? The fucking transmog system that we talked about earlier. Because a lot of these uniques that are dog shit, because they are dog shit, let's be honest in here, guys, look cool as fuck. The model they did for them is unique. It is really cool. But you are never going to see that model, because you are never going to use this unique, because it sucks, because it is dog shit. Now, if you have the transmog system and you have a wardrobe where you have to put in the unique to get the appearance, wouldn't that make dog shit uniques like something that you chase, that you want to trade for or to farm for because you can get the appearance? So the transmog system would even help with the dog shit uniques you have in the game. Implement that shit too, please, brother. I am giving you golden ideas in here, brother. In this video alone, I have given you what, like 5 or 10 insane ideas. Steal it from me. Go ahead. It will be better if you hire me. Please, please, dude. I am starving over here. Hire me. But if you can't hire me, at least steal these ideas from me. Dude. What the fuck? They look beautiful. They are beautiful, dude. And you never use them because they suck. They can do transmog because they sell cosmetics. It doesn't matter. You know who else sells cosmetics? The fucking Diablo 4 and fucking WoW. And you know who has a transmog system? Fucking Diablo 4 and fucking WoW. And they still sell cosmetics out of their ass. So that is not an argument. Plus, the cosmetics they sell are insanely better than the normal shit you have. The normal shit you have, like I am talking for the transmog for the items that you find on the ground. Brother, the cosmetics have fucking wings and effects and fucking pets. You can farm that. You can farm that. People will still buy them, dude. I promise you, people will still buy them. And I am telling you, I also gave you the idea. You don't want to have it that way because you are losing money. Pay wallet. To be able to transmog, you need to buy a special tab. And this tab costs $20. Everybody will buy this tab. You will make bank selling the transmog tab because everybody will buy it. You will sell 1 million wardrobe tabs to people to transmog. You make a $20 million right there on the spot. Don't give me this shit. I know it's free to play. It doesn't matter, bro. They will still sell all that shit. They will sell everything. They will sell the transmog. They will sell the tab. They will sell the cosmetics. They will sell everything. $20 tab to be able to transmog. If you don't have the tab, you can transmog. Tell me who is not going to buy that tab. Everybody is going to buy that tab.
Fantastic, right? It's supposed to set you off. Holy shit, that's a unique pair of gloves, right? It's not supposed to be, well, those suck. Or maybe you don't know. Maybe they're for a build that you haven't wrapped your head around yet. So you go and you check the trade to see, oh man, these things might, and they're fucking selling for a fucking Regal. Like, come on, GGG. I mean, I know they put a patch in the game. They beefed up some of the uniques in the game. Okay, cool, thanks. But that's not, a Band-Aid is not solving the problem. And it wasn't even a very well put on Band-Aid at that. 90% of the uniques in this game are fucking garbage. They're useless. You're not doing anything with them. Most of them are worthless. You gotta do something, right? Like, if it's a unique that drops that I can't use, at least have it hold some fucking value, man. Like, at least, so I can at least get the dopamine hit from selling it or trading it to somebody, you know what I mean, if I'm not going to use it, you know? Now, some of the uniques are really, really good, and most of the ones that are really, really good are behind the really, really hard bosses to beat for most people. And there are some,
really good,
you know, I would say that the only
them.
uniques outside of those specific handful that you target farm those bosses for are the ones that help you level. Wanderlust boots, the Onslaught helmet, the I can't think of the names right now, but I mean there's a handful of them, man. But outside of that, it's 9 times out of 10 when I pop a unique, I'm disappointed. So that's it. I don't think I need to say anything else. No way I'm the only one that feels that way.
Yeah.
Uniques.
When I get a unique, I say, hey, nice, I got a chart for an hour of chance. That is what I think when I get a unique. Oh, look, a chart for an hour of chance. Nice, I got a chart. That is what I think when I get a unique. Brother.
Need some work. Last but not least, the multiplayer integration, it's mid, it's PoE1, there's no incentive really outside of getting, I guess, additional rarity chance or something. I don't even really know that. I'll tell you this much. Out of the 200 and some odd hours I've spent on this game so far, I would say maybe 2 hours of that has been spent playing with other people. And if that, it was probably my brother. So I really haven't
0 hours for me. I hate playing ARPGs with people. Unless you are giving me pinnacle content that is designed to be played to other people, like a raid. For example, Diablo 4 did this with the Vessel of Hatred. They released a place called the Dark Citadel that is a raid. You have to do it with other people. So that is cool. I love that place, by the way. I think that Diablo 4 did a good job with that. Unless it is something like that, I never play with other people in ARPGs. So I have 0 hours played with other people in PoE2.
To this point, I don't even know how the fuck it works. Like, they do not do a good job at all at, flagging you down, saying, hey, over here, come check this out. Oh man, this is where you can do the multiplayer, and you got all these lobbies, and hey, reach out to this person. Maybe he wants to play. Like, there's no suggestive nature to it. It's just, I don't know, man. I guess it's just there. And to be honest with you, once you get to the end game and you start packing these maps with increased density and pack size, it's already tough enough on your computer with just what you're doing. You bring 2, 3, 4, 5 other motherfuckers in there, and everybody's going, oh, dude, I don't care how good your rig is, bro. You're gonna be lucky if you can hold your frames, right? So
yeah.
Definitely work to do there. I think the multiplayer is fine. Like, it's okay. It's not ass or bad. It's not not fun to play multiplayer. But why? I'm pretty sure that 90% of the people that play this game play solo.
Yep.
But alas, we are here. That is it for the cons. That is all I really have that I can say. That's not even bad about this game. Just things that I think need some improvement. And so
the game is
really
still a masterpiece. I know that I have complained a lot in this video, and if you isolate my complaints, it would seem like I am a hater. But no, I love this. I love fucking PoE2, guys. You guys know it. Hey, it is in my title. PoE2 equals best game ever. I love PoE2. I think that even at 20%, 30% completion, it is better than a lot of games that are full and complete games. That doesn't mean it is perfect, though. It doesn't mean it is perfect, and it still has room to improve. And that is why I complain with such a passion, because I want the game to be the best it can fucking be.
I will say, for an early access game that's only been out a handful of months, like, that's fucking impressive, man. Like, I'm still hooked like a fish.
Yeah,
right?
Yep.
And I ain't going nowhere. Like, I try to play other things, and I can't. I'm right back to path. So, GGG, for what it's worth, you have done a phenomenal, outstanding job. I think that your player retention numbers reflects that, and
Insane
I have
rotation.
all my trust and faith in you that you will make this game as good as it can possibly be.
Yep.
I salute you. Now, if you're still with me, fantastic. Hit that sub button, hit that like, maybe give your boys a share. That'd be great.
Yep.
It's just me here at Hot Chips trying to make it all happen. So thanks again. But I'm not going to glaze this too hard. But there's a whole PoE1 versus PoE2 versus Diablo 4 versus Last Epoch going on. What's the best? What's the best game for you to play? Who's the king? Look.
PoE2 is the king.
My take on this: play whatever you want. Right? Play what you're having fun with. Right?
That is
I play them all. I fucking
but
them all.
PoE2 is the best one. Play whatever you want. You can do whatever you make fun. If Diablo 4 is the one that you like the most, hey brother, enjoy life. I am happy for you. But PoE2 is the best one.
New season comes out in Diablo 4, I'll go play. It used to be for a few weeks, now it's more like a few days, but I'll go play, I'll go engage. If my friends are playing, I'll play. When the PoE2, that's my main right now, but Last Epoch, their new season is coming out, I think, like the first week of April. I'm sure as shit gonna go play that. That looks awesome. So I'll go over and I'll go play that. I play whatever you're having fun with. Don't be pressured into anything. Don't believe something just because the streamer you watch said it. Get in there yourself. Get your own take, man, and inform your own decision, right? At the end of the day, you are who and what is most important. All right, you only get this time once, so spend it the way you want to, man. I don't really have a big argument. I'll tell you this: I would put PoE2 at number 1. I would probably put Diablo 4 at number 2. I would put Last Epoch at number 3. I would put PoE1 at number 4. I know a lot of people would probably have PoE1 at number 1, if not definitely.
Brother, PoE1 Andis are going to fucking crucify you because of this take. My dude, you just opened Pandora's box. You are insane. This is a hot fucking take, dude. You just blew my fucking mind. Putting D4 over PoE1. You are making people mad with this, dude. You are making people mad with this. Like, what the fuck, dude? You have big fucking balls. Ball or no balls, dude? What the fuck, dude?
Number 2. That's just my personal preference. I played PoE1. I've got, I think, probably 2,000 hours on that game. It's still a great game. You know, it's a game that I could still play if I wanted to. I just think it's extremely dated. I think the game is really starting to show its age, especially now with PoE2 available. I know some people are playing that event right now on PoE1. It's out, and that's cool, man. I don't know anybody for doing anything. I personally, PoE2 ruined both PoE1 and fucking Diablo 4 for me, pretty much at the same time. So
same.
I myself don't ever.
Brother, I am a Diablo 4 enjoyer, and I told you, hey, I am no Diablo 4 hater. I am going to play the Season 7. Everything is cool. Brother, after I played PoE2, I went back to play Season 7 in Diablo 4, and I could only get for like level 30 or something like that. And I said, what the fuck am I doing with my life? I could be playing the PoE2 right now, and I am playing fucking Diablo 4. Fuck this shit, and I went back to PoE2, dude. Like, PoE2 just ruined it. Just ruined every other shit for me, dude. PoE2 is the shit. PoE2 is the fucking shit, dude. You have to respect it. Yes, it has problems. Yes, it needs to be improved. Hey, bro, it's early access, dude. It's early access. I know that some people hate the early access excuse, but it's the truth. Fuck you if you think it's an excuse. It is the truth. It is an incomplete game, dude. Fuck you. PoE2 is the shit. Lord, keep playing. Yes, you wanna roll tonight? Oh, brother, thank you, my dude. Thank you. I got inspired. This is a good video, hot chicks, my dude.
See myself spending another hour in PoE1. I would rather play PoE2, so that's what I'm going to play, which goes into the opening statement to this segment. Play what you want to play, right? Do what you want to do. Play what you're having fun with. Don't worry about what anybody else says. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks. You do you.
Yep. That is the truth. That is the truth.
That's what we're here for.
Brother, and Hot Chips is like the example. He's not caring about what anybody else said because he said that D4 is better than PoE1. Like, if you want to have a bold opinion, that is a fucking bold opinion, dude. Right? He doesn't give a fuck. Hey, Hot Chips, my dude. Hey, dude, I love the video. I love the video, bro. I love it. Hey, I loved it, dude. I loved it. And it got me, I don't know why I got inspired today to talk about, it is a video probably, you touched some points that I wanted to talk about the game, and I got pumped and passionate about saying this, and improve this, and improve that, and this is awesome, and this sucks, and stuff like that, you know. So thank you very much for the video, brother. That is fucking awesome, dude. What do you think? Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I a clown? Am I a genius? Let me know everything in the comments below. I love reading comments even when they don't agree with me. Also, remember to like the video, to subscribe to the channel, all that cool stuff. Guys, thanks for being here. You guys are fucking awesome. God bless ya. And remember, don't be afraid ever, because this is just a ride.